everyone, welcome back. Today is day 5 of Junk Journal July, and today's prompt is fold out. So what I thought would be really cool for this little itty bitty journal is to do like a little envelope fold out so we could have an extra pocket, but then to still be able to have extra writing space. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do like a little tiny mini envelope, and then I'm going to make a little tiny scrappy notepad to go on it. And I think this is going to be the perfect time for us to use our other side of our index page that we used on the very first day. So I just have some scrap paper here, and then I have my little flippy pad, the paper already cut, and I'll tell you the dimensions when we get to them. So first things first, I'm just going to make a real quick, simple little envelope. I'm going to do 2 3/4, and then let me see how long my paper already is. It's about 6.5, so I'm going to cut it down to 5.5. Okay, so our dimensions are 2 3/4 by 5.5. And then all we're going to do is fold the top in to make a little envelope point. Like this. And then once we make sure that it's all even and the right size and everything, then we'll go ahead and fold this down. And then all you're going to do is fold it up, and you're going to leave a little bit of space here. And crease it like that. And then you can put like a little tiny thumb hole in it if you want to. You just have to watch that your flippy pad still has enough room. So I think we have enough room to make a little teeny tiny indent, just so everyone knows that it's a pocket. And see, I didn't go in very far, just in a little tiny bit, and that won't hinder our flippy pad, I don't think. No, we should be good. All right, so we're going to go ahead and glue this down, and then I will ink around it, and I'll be right back. So I inked around the envelope, but the one thing I forgot to say is once you get to this point, then you're going to want to fold your top down. And you do it, as you can see, there's just a little tiny bit of room, but you want to make for sure that when you're looking at it, you don't see any white on either side here, and then you know that you're folded down far enough. And then now if you don't like the white, you can either ink or you can put paper down to cover it. You can actually put another piece of paper across here and down, and then just glue it and cut it down. But I don't mind the little bit of white, so I'm just going to leave it personally. So then here's your little envelope, and then if we bring our book back in, it's going to go like this. So you can see you have a nice little bit of room around your page, and then what it'll do is it'll fold out here, and then you'll have your little flippy pad, and then we could put something down to cover this if you want to, or you can leave it and actually glue down the center and have, let me see, if you glue it down the center, you would have like a little tuck spot here and a little tuck spot here, which I think is kind of cool. So we actually might do that because I don't mind the look of it. I actually think it looks really cool on this piece of paper. It almost looks like a double envelope. So now what we're going to do is glue the sides of the envelope down, and then we'll decorate. We'll decorate the envelope. And then this envelope will be perfect for some of the ephemera that we made yesterday, or some little tiny journal cards. Okay, so just like that. And then when you're decorating, just remember that it's going to go up and down like this. So if you put any images on it, you're going to want to make for sure that they're the right orientation. Same with this one too. So for the outside, what I'm going to do is I have this little rubber stamp, and it kind of just looks like, again, those hand-drawn flowers similar to what we used yesterday, but this is a bigger one. So all I'm going to do is take a separate piece of paper, and I'm going to stamp the image on here, and then I'm going to kind of tear around it. And that way it gives it like a layered dimensional look. And for this, I'm just going to use my black so it's nice and bold. That's cute. And then just like what we've been doing with the rest of this journal, if you want, you can color it in. So I'm going to cut this or tear this down a little smaller, and then I'll kind of tear, not real close to it, just kind of like randomly around it. You just have to keep in mind the size of your envelope. So just like that, let's bring it in, make for sure that it is the right size. Okay, and I'm just going to ink around this. And I do actually think I want to touch it with just a little bit of color. So I have 3 colors that I tested out and made sure they work. Okay, so just super simple, but I think it just adds a little something to it. And then you can add book page, you can add doily. And then let's see, do I have some book page laying here? I'm not sure if I do actually. Oh, yep, here's some. Oh, here's actually music paper. I haven't used music paper in a while. Let's give it a try. I think I want a pop of color, so I brought this in to use on our flippy pad, but maybe we want some of this to tie in as well. It needs some color, I think. Let's try just a little bit of color on it. Like that. Yep. And then do we want the music paper the music paper still? That's cute, but do we want the doily instead? Sometimes they all look good and it's really hard to decide. I do like the doily. All right, I think I like that. I'm gonna go with that. I think it looks good. Just enough color. I think the music paper makes it just a little too much. So sometimes that happens. Sometimes you try one thing and it works, and then you try something else and it's just too much. That. There. I think that's really cute. And it'll go good with that other page too, because there's oranges and the reds and the yellows, so that'll work. And then for the inside, what do we want to do for the inside? We have this. Well, we shouldn't have to do too much because we're going to put this on it. So maybe we won't really decorate this at all because you're not going to see it. Yeah, let's not even worry about that. All right, so for my flippy pad, I cut little strips of paper so they measure 1.5 inches by 2.5 inches, and they just are recessed just enough. And I have a whole bunch here, but I think that's too much. So we're gonna do 2, 3, 4. Let's just do 5 little pages. And all I'm gonna do is take some of this paper, which is what I brought it over for, and fold it over, and then I'm just gonna staple it, and then we'll glue it into the book. So maybe this piece will work. And this is probably only like 1/2 inch, so it's 1/4 inch on each side. Now if you wanted it larger, obviously just make it longer, and you can actually make it so it completely covers, and then you would have your front page that would be like the front of the book. So that's an option as well, but I think for today I'm just going to do this. And then, let's see, I just have a little stapler. I'm just going to put one here in the center. Just like that. And my staple's green, which is kind of cute. All right, so just like that. And as you can see, all of our pages are still intact, just a little itty bitty notebook. And then I'm just going to glue that right down. And actually, they're just a little too long. So what did we do? 2.5. So I'm just going to trim these just a tiny bit. And actually, I think I'm just going to use some little fancy scissors to give it a little bit of interest. So I'm just going to use these little jaggedy scissors here. And I'm not going to measure anything. I'm just going to cut just a little tiny bit off. So just like that. So let's see if that's now a better size. Yep, and it is. So now you have like a cute little thing, and you could, let's actually ink the bottom of this to make it stand out just a little bit more. Now you can ink them individually, or you could just like run across them like this. And then each one will have just a little teeny tiny bit. If you do it right across the center. Okay. Now you can also ink up around the edges. I'm not going to do that. I just like the look at the bottom. It makes it look old. And you could stamp something on this. I'm not going to. I just like the look of the plain flippy pad. And then I'm just going to glue across there. And then for that, because of the fact it has that staple, I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac, which I know is a better, it'll hold it better in my opinion, and it will grab faster. So, and I'm just doing it on the strip of paper. I'm not doing it on the actual pad. And then just line it up with the top. Just like that. And there it is. And I used pretty thin paper so it doesn't make it real bulky. So that works. Now we're gonna just glue it into the book. And I do like the idea, so I'm just gonna glue straight down the center there, and then we'll have a little top and bottom tuck. Open it up. And there it is, guys. So you have your little itty bitty envelope. You open it up, you have your little flippy pad notebook, and then you have a spot to put something on the top here and slide something in the bottom. So I hope you enjoyed today's video for day 5. I hope you guys will join me tomorrow for day 6, which is layers on layers. So I can't wait to see what everyone else is doing today for fold outs, and I hope you guys will give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow. Bye.